Let's see here. Request to join. More people are requesting to join. Oh, there's the one I was looking for. Let's accept his. I was about to tee up a whole intro. Okay, here he comes. This is Greg Jenkins, also known as Greg Tonic.
Oh, hey, everyone.
How aware do you think Tally Hall fans are of you? I said.
6, 7? Yeah.
Had to get it out of the way.
A little bit. Some of them know me.
I think so. They might be surprised to find out that you go way back with us. In fact, went to high school with 2 of the band members.
That's right. I went to high school with Ross and Joe.
It's true.
I was in all the musicals with Joe when we were young cute boys.
What was your perception of Joe and Ross in high school?
Joe was a year older than me. He was very popular. He did the morning announcements at our school.
Mm-hmm.
Just seemed to be that guy with everything going on.
Mm-hmm.
And
did you know Ross?
Ross was a couple years younger than me, or what? Maybe just 1 year younger than me.
Yeah.
And we knew each other a little bit because we were in jazz band together for a little bit.
Okay.
But just, in and around band and music stuff, Ross and I knew each other.
Nice. But you were also close with Bora growing up, right?
Kinda, yes. Bora and I met in preschool.
That's going way back. That's all the way.
And we went to school with each other until the 4th grade when I moved away, and did not see him until I moved to Los Angeles years later when I was... So between ages of like 10 and 24, 25, I didn't see Bora at all until I went to a Tally Hall concert at the El Rey. And Bora came up to me after the show, covered my eyes, and said, "Guess who?"
I remember this story.
Didn't know who it was. Turned around, looked at him, still had no idea who it was.
That's not what you want. That's not what you want when you do the guess who ruse. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And when he reminded you, did you remember who he was?
Yes.
Okay.
When he reminded me, I'm like, oh, right. We knew each other when we were small children. And we quickly became, the best of friends.
Yeah. Because I knew you a little bit through your brother who worked with Joe and me at a company called Quack in Ann Arbor.
That's right.
Ann Arbor on some educational videos.
Yeah.
But I mostly knew of you through Ross's recollection that you referred to yourself in high school as Gregory James Jenkins the First.
That's right.
Which I really enjoyed. I love that you made that your very formal moniker.
That's right.
And then when I moved to LA, you and I think we linked up originally in LA through Bora's poker nights. Am I remembering this correctly?
Maybe it was that.
I feel we played poker together. Bora used to host these poker nights, weekly poker nights at his house, and we would...
Sounds right.
And we realized we both were musicians.
Mm-hmm.
I found incredibly impressive at the time because you had a job working for... you were like an in-house composer at a company that did ad music.
That's right.
So you had a full-fledged 9-to-5 job where they just paid you every day to come in and make music. And I was like, this guy's got it all going on. How is he pulling this off? Tally Hall it was like 2012. We weren't really doing anything with the band. I was looking for anything I could do to make music and make that my living. And here you were just killing it.
Too kind. I remember that you had reached out. You had just moved here. And you reached out to just sort of have a music date where you just came over to the studio and we hung out for a few hours just playing each other music that we had made, old stuff, new stuff, just stuff we were working on. And we just had a music chat.
we just had a little jam sesh.
Yeah.
But I remember that night very vividly, and I remember the next morning telling my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, I was like, this guy's super talented. I feel like he could be like a real collaborator with me. Like we really struck it. We really hit it off.
Yeah.
And I go really work with this guy. I was so excited.
Oh boy.
And pretty soon thereafter, we started working on the first song for this album.
We did. All I Need Is You.
It was All I Need Is You, which I may never have revealed this before because it doesn't really gel with the emotional, essence of the song. But it was originally written as a 45-second pitch for a Time Warner commercial.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
I didn't book it.
Right.
I didn't book it, and but the pieces of a good song were there. Needed some love and needed some reshaping, and the lyrics changed and became a lot more personal and a lot more emotional. But yeah, there's an alternate universe where there was like a very forgettable 45-second commercial with kind of a melodramatic, heartfelt ballad, and then you and I just never made any songs together.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that one already got used.
Right, but that's not what happened.
No.
And we fleshed it out. I mean, I think you had the verse and the chorus, and I think I wrote the bridge, which my great idea was like, what if we just take the word "you" and just keep repeating that over and over again?
You know what? I have a terrible tendency to just stuff way too much singing into songs and never leave any space for the music to breathe. Sure. This was exactly what you needed to do, and you filled that spot in the song perfectly. Go on. I was saying, I remember that we basically did it all in one night, or 85-90% of it. You added the bridge. We brought back the chorus for the final line, and you wrote the like Elton John power strings.
Right, I was going to bring that up. We were talking about how we loved Elton John's string arrangements.
Yeah.
And that was our attempt to do something like Leave On,
one of my favorites.
Such a good song.
So that was the first song, and that turned out pretty well. And we were like, okay, this is good. Let's make another one. But I don't remember what the second song we made was.
Might have been Old Bike.
Yes, I think that's right. I think it was.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Which is also the second song on the album. I think
it's interesting. Yes, I'm going to post tomorrow. I have a idea to post. I did like a deep dive into my. The recorder starts tomorrow, and so yes, I found a bunch of old stuff that I'd completely forgotten about, including a bunch of old demos, including the one for Old Bike, which is very different than the way it turned out. I remember the first thing you did. And I was very unsure. I was like, I don't know. It sounded pretty good to me on the demo. The first thing you do is like eliminate all of the instruments in the opening and replace them all with one synth. And of course, I loved the way it turned out. I think it was absolutely the right decision. But it was a bold reconfiguring of the demo version.
I also remember. Well, this song people really haven't heard yet, but for Light Shine. Mm-hmm. I think we just took the chorus from the original demo and rewrote the verses, and the entire ending, I think, was all new. But I liked that chorus just so much. I was obsessed with that chorus. I was like, you wrote the best chorus. We must make this. But I don't like the rest of the song.
I found that demo today as I was looking for stuff to post, and I was like, I had completely forgotten how this all went down, but you're exactly right. There was a whole other song attached to it, and you just lopped it right off and said, we're just using this part. And I was fine with that. It was a great decision.
So great, we didn't put it on the album.
So great, we cut it initially, but we're circling back around and we're putting it on.
Yeah.
My friend Mike is asking repeatedly for Passing, which is one of the songs we used to play in our high school band, Listed Black. Taking it all the way back. Thanks for the request, Mike. Request denied. Mike and our friend BJ and that a group of pals from high school used to always come to the Tally Hall shows, and after the first song, chant one more song. Which is a good joke. That's a good joke. That's a good joke.
Another good joke, a Tally Hall joke that I always liked is just actually learning Freebird for whenever somebody yelled it out, which seems inevitable for any band starting out and just going out into the world, that someone's going to yell Freebird at you. And
we figured you gotta
just learn how to play it.
You gotta call their bluff. But yeah, let's talk for 2 more minutes before we welcome in our next special guest about the album. Because one other thing I remember about it is that it was basically a nocturnal recording process.
Right.
Because you were like responsible for actually making music during the day for this company.
Yeah, I had a day job. I had to be cranking out commercials and stuff. But the nice thing about that job was I had a recording studio at my disposal on nights and weekends that, I had a key to the building. So I was allowed to go whenever I want. I had to, do my day job. So you would come over at night.
Yep.
You'd probably get there around 6, and we'd go till 1 or 2 in the morning.
I feel like oftentimes I was driving home at like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
It was just an absolute graveyard shift.
Yeah. But I remember around 11 or midnight, we would usually go across the street to the beer store.
Yep.
For, we'll do our one night beer to get us through the rest of the night.
Or we'd order just an ungodly amount of Domino's pizza.
A lot of Domino's. I remember we had a saved order, the Greg and Rob order, which I think is still in if I log into my Domino's account, I think there is still a Greg and Rob auto order I can quickly reorder. It was good.
Maybe tomorrow in honor of the pre-order.
Yeah.
Not a healthy way of living, eating Domino's and living nocturnally, but it got the job done.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
Yeah. It was great. And it took about, I want to say we started in August of 2012. Is that right? 2012?
Yeah, 2012, something like that. And then
we really, those first few months we were kind of slow going. There was some other things like Goldie and Bear kind of came up during that time.
Right.
Which was
Craig and I worked on a Disney show together during that same period of time. That's true.
But then, all of 2013, we kind of finished up in the fall of 2013. It might have been even... No, we were pretty much done in the fall of 2013. So it was like a whole year.
That sounds right. And then we went into music video production mode. We kind of just... We made a little bit of a decision to put the energy and the money and the time that we maybe would have spent on touring into making music videos.
Right.
Which I think was a great decision at the time. And, some of the videos turned out really well and helped spread the music to a larger audience. But I will say, especially after having played a couple of these shows with Andrew this year, it would have been really fun to tour on this music too. And to play shows.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
Let's do it.
Speaking of Andrew, look at this. We got a special guest.
Hey.
He goes by the name Andrew.
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
How's it going?
Speaking of music videos for this album, you and I made a music video for the song Perfect.
Yeah, we did.
Do you remember when we wrote Perfect?
We did it pretty quickly.
Yes.
At your
Was
place.
it kind of like a slumber party sort of thing you guys did?
We always do. We paint each ot's nails.
We
We
start
braid each other's hairs.
Spend the night watching horror movies, and then we come up with songs.
I remember we started, it was a quick one, you're right, because I remember we started in the afternoon, or maybe like in, noonish, whatever, and then that night we went out to dinner with Ryan Scott and Nick Franklair, and we had a song, and and it felt pretty good. We were like, this is a good song.
Yeah. Didn't we do we do like 2 days in a row or 3 days in a row?
Yeah, but I think we wrote other songs the next days.
Oh.
They were terrible.
Terrible. No, you're recording one, right?
No, I think we what was the other one that was a different time, I think.
HTP?
I think that was a different one.
We're not 500 people trying to figure out what HTP is.
I like it. Be mysterious. Andrew is referring to a song that will be on a upcoming new album.
Yeah.
That Greg produced. So this is the dream team right here.
HTP. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Now I know what HTP is. That's right. I did produce it. That's great.
I mean, we can tell people. Why don't we choose one of the letters and reveal what it stands for? Okay, we're going to take a quick poll of the audience. Do you want to know what the H stands for, the T, or the P? The first comment I see is going to get.
Oh.
I'm seeing say 6 7. It's a lot of say 6 7.
A lot of 6 7. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well,
I don't want to see it though.
I'll never know.
P. I saw P.
Okay, I'm not getting any comments related to what we're talking about. The P is plant. Okay. Well, Greg, you knew that.
I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember writing perfect with you, Andrew. I remember feeling good about it, and then I said I want to give credit to Greg for coming up with the version of the video idea that we ended up making.
Yeah.
I had a different thought for like a sort of a similar music video, but it was going to be a street performer, like some random passerby filming like the most amazing street you've ever seen, with gear, like custom built gear, and multiplying their voice, and like the same kind of thing we ended up doing for the 29 Impressions video, where you make it impossibly good, but it would have been like, caught on camera, this random guy busking down on Santa Monica Boulevard or something like that.
Yeah, just the most insane one-man band you've ever seen. Yeah, you're
exactly.
Bass with one hand, guitar with the other. You're playing the keyboards with your feet.
Exactly. Would have been like
taking a lot of practice.
What song are we thinking of doing that for? Was it Ghost?
Oh, Was it Perfect? I thought it was also going to be for Perfect. Maybe Perfect came about. Exactly.
Around that time, some viral video came up with the lady doing a bunch of singing impressions. Singing a song and going into her Christina Aguilera and Bjork and whatever. And I was like, oh, you should do a video like that, but fake that. Do a fake version of that.
It was great. And
I do remember waking up and getting like 300 texts on my phone being like, what is that video? It was like, this is NBC. Are you available to talk this morning on Good Morning America? And I was like,
right. This is when viral videos made the news.
That one.
I know, it's a different era, but it's true. It was shocking. Greg, are we seeing a second can of soda?
That's right.
I was like, I thought it was green before. Now we got a blue flavor. I wonder how many different how many do you anticipate going through on this?
I think just the two. That one was almost empty, so I kind of I
prepped with knowing
I want a second. Yeah.
That's blueberry lemonade.
Yeah, that's right.
I recognize that flavor.